we have some trouble in Pearadise. His arguments against these allegations are basically, these women wanted me, and whatever they're saying is not true. That's what I'm getting from all of this.
Are you a dangerous man?
This video is for entertainment, commentary, criticism, and discussion purposes only. Everything discussed here is based on publicly available information, online discussions, and personal interpretation. Any assumptions or speculation are simply my personal opinion and should not be taken as confirmed fact. This video does not make definitive claims or accusations that any individual has committed a crime. All individuals discussed are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The content in this video is transformative and it is intended to qualify as fair use through commentary, criticism, education, reporting, and discussion of publicly known information. Viewers are encouraged to do their own research, review source material themselves, and form their own opinions. Do not go to the social media pages, websites, or personal accounts of anyone mentioned in this video to harass, threaten, dox, or target them in any way. Harassment or hateful behavior is not encouraged, condoned, or endorsed. This video is not intended to defame, mislead, or incite harassment against any person or group. We are simply discussing publicly known information, public allegations, and online discourse. All media belongs to their respective owners and is used under fair use principles. We is just chatting. Also read the trigger warning in the description below.
Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. Good morning, good morrow, and good day. If you are new here, oh my god, hi, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please consider giving me a subscribe and go ahead and like the video, because this one you definitely gonna like. It's gonna be a goodie, a good one. And if the video is giving you the option to hype, go ahead and hype the video, because me trying to grow the channel, okay? If you are not new here and you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. You are my little baby, and me love you a lot. And then if you're a member, cool. Hi. Thanks. Just kidding. I love all of you. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I did a video about a gal named Shay, who was a member of the Pearadise House, if you're unfamiliar with the Pearadise House.
So Pearadise House is a place in Las Vegas where a man named Stefan invites a bunch of very, very largely fat women to come and hang out, chill, hang, possibly bang with him. And yes, it is a house of ladies.
There's a little bit of tea going down. What are we talking about today, you guys? Listen, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video about a gal named Shay who passed away from influenza B, the flu. Unfortunately, my speculation is that she was much too big she was too large to fight off any type of infection or virus, etc. And she was part of let's say this, she was part of a situation, community, fetish situation where people like to feed women to the point where they are so large they're almost incapacitated, basically. She lived in a house known as Pearadise, and it's owned by this guy named Stefan, which this is his episode, basically. Again, everything I say here is just speculation for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is of the truth. If you'd like the truth, you can, I guess, go ask Stefan yourself or do your own deep dive. But we're just chitting and chatting and goofing off here. I just imagine you and me, we're just a couple of gal pals or guy pals, chilling and doing some Google searches together and just giggling and kicking our feet like little girls, okay? Shay was part of this special, I think for a code word, let's call it a foie. Let's call it a foie gras group. If you don't know what foie gras is, it's basically the liver of a goose that has been fed forcefully until their liver gets so fat and delicious. I have not tried it.
Would I try it?
That's for another episode. So I'm gonna call it foie gras. So Shay was part of a foie gras group, a foie gras community. That's so fucked up. I'm gonna keep it though. All right, so Shay was part of this foie gras community and would eat on camera. I've mentioned this in my other video. I'm not gonna go over or show you pictures or anything like that. In my other video, They're blurred out, but we visited her her curvage page, and she did things like watch me stuff myself. And here's the problem. I love stuffing myself for you. Watch me chug and burp for you. Me and my massive belly. A stuffing and fat chat. Pizza, wings, and pasta. Massive belly play. Stuffing myself to the brim. So she's basically eating until she's uncomfortably stuffed. It's just a very dangerous hobby slash fetish. And yeah. Anyway, so Shay died. And a few days after Shay died, Investigation Discovery released a trailer for a 3-part docuseries called Big Girls Wanted Escaping Paradise, and it is about the Pearadise House and shows clips. We're going to watch it together. And I just thought it was so strange. Like, the timing was so odd to me, and we're going to watch the trailer together. So sit tight. Let's watch, okay?
I want to feel loved. I want to feel desired. And that's not something that happens often to a fat girl.
I was scrolling on TikTok. This guy holds up a pair of bathing suit bottoms and he says, if you can fit in these, I want you in my pool.
Welcome to paradise.
Okay, so that's Stefan. He's the owner of the home. I don't know if that pool is in their house, but I do believe the house has a pool.
Pool.
But it's basically a harem. He's one man surrounded by multiple women, and they're all eating and getting fat and creating content for him. I'm assuming this is all again speculation. I have a feeling he takes an exorbitant amount of money from these girls. And yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like Shay was not the first person to have an unfortunate maybe demise or issue happen to her at this house. And you'll see that in the trailer.
Welcome to paradise.
Stefan's a TikTok creator living in this mansion in Vegas. Stefan is plus size women.
Everybody deserves to be treated with respect.
Okay, so she's pretty. She does have a pretty face. So his shtick is that he's opening this house up out of the goodness of his heart and he's so unselfish, and it's totally not for his own fetish purposes that he's, has this gigantic fantasy of having big, huge women basically worship him. I wonder if he's a Leo.
He's selling a fantasy. You'll be loved here, worshipped like a goddess, but they don't tell you the price that you pay.
Here's our friend Rosie. If she looks familiar to you, she was on a podcast called We're All Insane, titled Grouped into Blankism, foie gras, groomed into eating so much to the point where she's uncomfortably stuffed, and now she weighs like 400 pounds. And after this, she was trying to, this is just me, my own timeline, we're just spitballing, right? After this, she did, I believe, try to lose a little bit of weight, but it appears she's back and just loving limelight, basically. She's just a ham. And, she's allowed to be a ham. But anyway, after she was released on the trailer, I think she's getting a little bit of excitement, possibly. She appears to be one of those people that's like, I'm on TV, cool.
Soon, millions of people will see me and they'll all like me.
She posted the trailer on TikTok, stitched with @ID. This is an important story that needs to be told. But the funny thing is she had, I believe, mentioned in the past that she wasn't going to go to this Pearadise House. There's a lot of lore, you guys. I'm just diving into this. I mean, I was just covering Shay, and then all of a sudden I felt obligated to cover the entire house and basically Stefan and the weirdness behind him. But anyway, she's featured in this Paradise documentary. She was never even there. It's very much giving Mean Girls, she doesn't even go here vibes. I'm looking at her TikTok now. Let's open that up. So I'm on her TikTok now. If you look at the comment section, somebody asked, tell us, what price did you pay? And someone said she's never even been to Paradise. And I LOL'd when I saw that. I was like, wow, she doesn't even go here. Someone just keeps saying, people are like, what price did you pay? Tune in to find out. She doesn't even go there. I'm dying. Oh, Stefan, she doesn't even go there. I'm dying. And people are like, when were you even there? It's very much giving me the vibe of when Aubrey Gordon showed up on that. When Aubrey Gordon showed up on the Biggest Loser docuseries on Netflix, and we were like, you weren't even on the show. You literally have a podcast selling fat activism. So like, what are you doing here, basically? But yeah, that's why I'm like, that's what I'm getting from Rosie. Like, Rosie, what are you doing here? You weren't even at Pearadise, but maybe she was and we don't know it. I mean, I pretty much dug pretty deep, back. Maybe she was there before the Rona. I don't know. We don't know yet. But anyway, let's continue with.
You have this older man with women half his age.
That girl literally looked like she was too young. You guys, look, okay, I was talking to Angelica about this, but have you noticed it's always on the one side? Is that where your liver is? Let me see what side is the liver on? Alexa, what side is the liver on? The liver is on the upper right side of your body. Okay, I had a feeling I knew that, and I wasn't just going, but it really is a liver titty. Like, that's crazy. Anyway.
Women half his age. That power dynamic is predatory.
See the alcohol. So in my episode, I also showed that they were feeding these girls lots of alcohol. There is definitely a lot of parties and alcohol at this home. And first of all, the price, like alcohol, especially to feed a lot of like bigger bodies, expensive, right? Second of all, it appears that these men at these parties like to see women get drunk. I'll plug in the picture of that gal who fell over at the Halloween party. Oh, fuck. That's sad. And it's kind of icky. Like, I don't know how in 2026 there's still men out there that like to see women get drunk and like that's sexy to them. Like, I don't know. It's yuck.
He says, this is just a body positive space and I just love fat women and it's.
So again, the harem vibes, he's taking care of all these women, and it appears that not only does he, and that's another aspect of foie gras, of feeding women until they get so big that they're uncomfortably stuffed and also 400 pounds. The dynamic of this person can no longer take care of themselves. They're reliant on me. So not only are these women going to be reliant on him physically eventually one day because he wants them to get so big, but they're also reliant on him financially and for other things like around the house. So he offers them a roof over their head. He offers them other stuff, internet, basic housing stuff, and then they probably don't have to really buy anything. Like, they could just ask him and he'll give it to them. It's giving me very much pimp.
What's in your pimp cup?
It's actually a wheatgrass ginger mixture. I was in the middle of a cleanse. I didn't know we'd be doing this pimp thing, but I made a promise to my body.
And I just love fat women and it's totally innocent when it's totally not.
There was no consent. Paradise is not a safe and positive place.
Okay, we will get into it because we're going to explore Stefan some more, but there have been multiple allegations against Stefan specifically and the issues with the house. And the weirdest part about that is Stefan is very, very open, which I guess is not a bad thing, but he's very, very open. He fights tooth and nail to clear his name. But it is very much, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, fight for your name tooth and nail or whatever the fuck. It's almost giving me like he's trying too hard to clear his name that now it is suspicious. So we'll get into it, but literally he's got an entire page on his website, the Pearadise website, where he has dedicated clearing his name. He even shows off the allegations, not shows off, but like shows the allegations and has links to TikToks. Either, I don't know if the TikToks are debunking or if they are bunking the allegations, but there have been multiple lawsuits or there have been multiple just accusations, and we'll get into it. Again, we're just watching the,
Paradise is not a safe and positive place. This man is a predator. No one deserves to be a victim to him.
He gets off sexually watching.
Okay, I want to know, let's have a discussion in the comment section. Like, what do you guys think is the scientific reason why men would not fall in love? I mean, obviously you can't help who you fall in love with, but what's the evolutionary disconnect or connect of a man who is so obsessed with because he's SS BBW, so super size big beautiful women. He likes the SS BBW. I want to know why. What in him is causing that, basically?
People eat and gain weight. It can kill you.
Wow. So that sounds like, I don't know. I wonder, was Xio so I know that Xio, I'll plug in her face right here. I know that Xio went to a hospital/nursing home after being at Pearadise. She's still friends with Stefan. Look who it is, you guys!
Honestly, am I an influencer? Xiomara, and I think the one who's gonna be the drunkest is Angel.
This was streamed 3 weeks ago?
It's from Portillo's.
Yeah. Favorite Star Wars droid is R2-D2.
I need to talk about Xio after this. I wonder how many situations have happened like that at the house.
And for Paradise. She could be alive today.
Okay, so somebody else died. I wonder, because this was posted almost days after Shay died. This was posted 6 days ago, and Shay died 2 weeks ago. This was posted basically a week after Shay died. I doubt that they finished production and were able to post this in a week. Do you think so? Do you think that lady was talking about Shay, or was she talking about somebody else?
I need to finally tell my story.
Bruv. The fact that Stefan is in this interview, and we'll go over Xio. So if you guys aren't familiar with Xio, I'll post her most famous TikTok.
God, really?
But we'll go over Xio. She's still friends with Stefan, and it sounds like what she is saying. It sounds like they made the documentary crew kind of made it seem like it wasn't going to be something negative about Paradise. And if Stefan is so confident as to show up in front of a camera and clear his name, I wonder if they kind of sold it differently as well. Or is Stefan so confident / narcissistic that he thinks that, he can clear his name without, like, I don't know, a lawyer, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna get into it. I have so many opinions about him and speculations, and like I just get a vibe from him. We'll discuss.
Are you a dangerous man?
Can you imagine watching that from your house right now? Can you imagine thinking that these people who you invited into your home to interview you, they asked you, do you think you're a dangerous man? Put dong dong on your face. And you probably answered like, no, I'm good. I don't know. Big gulps.
Big girls want Escaping Paradise, an ID documentary event, premieres June 10th on ID.
Oh my God, it's on HBO Max, and that's like the only streaming service that I have. So let's go over XioTheDreamer. Again, here's her most famous TikTok.
Honestly, am I an influencer?
But I was sent Xio's reaction to the documentary, and it appears that they were possibly sold something else when they were being told that they were going to be interviewed for the documentary. However, I didn't see Xio in the trailer, so I'm a little confused. But let's watch Xio really quick. So the caption here says, I'm involved in a small documentary on May 18th. I was told the trailer's coming out and we want to prepare you. Nothing prepared me for this. I was completely fooled and played into thinking this was a documentary about living in a plus-size body. I have so much to say, but I am just in shock. So for now, wow, this is not okay.
Make a nice... Can't even speak. Make a nice coffee with me while we debrief on what the fuck is about to transpire, what the fuck is about to happen. Going in with stock, iced coffee, espresso, dark, unsweet, Kroger hazelnut. This tastes like booty ass. So we're gonna mix this in with some of the facility's milk. Let go. All I'm gonna say is that I signed an NDA, and I think that stands for Never Disappoint April. And I don't know who the fuck April is, so I don't think what I'm gonna say goes against any NDA. But something's about to come out, and I think it's horrible timing with our friend Shay. You guys know her as Shay. Shayna has passed away. I think it's horrible timing, and it's scary.
Yeah, dude, the timing that this was released to Shay, it almost... Do you guys ever do this where you're like, I wonder if she really did die? I wonder if she really did die. I'm such a tinfoil hat person, dude, and I don't trust anybody anymore, and I feel like it's been a really long time since we had a good fake death situation. I wonder if she really did die, but, you know, she could have. She may have. I mean, she would have had to, right? Isn't it against the law to fake your death, even for social media? But anyway, it is a little... The timing... A lot of the times, too, though, when timing like this happens, my spiritual ass believes that is a sign of justice. So I think something big is going to happen, but we'll see.
And what I mean by scary, going in with 2 sugars, what I mean by scary, I don't mean like I'm scared, because I ain't scared of anybody but my God above. Second of all, it's just that whatever is about to come out was before Shayna's passing. And now...
Yeah, so whatever's about to come out was before Shayna's passing, meaning somebody else has died in the Pearadise House before, and Xio got hurt from being while living in the Pearadise House. I'm not saying that Pearadise House hurt her, but Xio, I believe, has admitted that being super morbidly obese has caused her to have issues, right? Like, I don't even think that she can walk properly still.
Now, things are changing. Now, I don't know. And I just want to prepare for my viewers, because I do have people that enjoy watching me. I do have people that love me. I do have people that support me. Don't view me differently. Don't judge me.
Already people, though, are judging her. She is almost defending Stefan, and we will get into Stefan, but you'll have to touch this stuff first, because when you see it, you're going to be... Because I know that you guys already have your opinions about Stefan, most of y'all, right?
You're going to find out things about me. You're going to know things about me. I'm doing my best. This is hard for everyone. So please be mindful. Please be respectful. And don't ask stupid questions.
Okay, now let's watch the next one. Okay, so I have no words. I was told this was going to be about something completely different. I feel used, and I'm nervous about what they used of mine for this documentary series. I know my friends deserve this, especially with Shay passing. We're grieving. Oh, shit. And people are commenting. Oh my God. People are fucked up, dude. Okay, let's listen. Let's watch. Well, no, let's not watch. Let's read these comments really quick. Okay, the comments. Victim mindset is so wild when people literally choose to be there. Like, leave. What the fuck? True. But it's hard to just leave, especially when this guy is like paying your way and treating you like a princess, I guess. But is he? Is he treating you like a princess? Am I justifying? It almost seems like trauma bonded. Like these people are being treated well, but they are so blind to like the abuse almost. Because I believe that FEED3RISM is abuse. I really do. I really, really do. Me really, really do. Okay. But y'all sat there and ate. Like, I'm confused. That's funny as fuck. Ha ha ha. He has messaged me. I was friendly and it led to him inviting me to meet him in a hotel room. He said that we're adults and we can do whatever adults do. I ghosted. Zoe. Oh my gosh. She is also a BBW. She ghosted him? You know why though? Because she can make her own money probably. I think he's pretty upfront about being a certain way. I can't imagine he wasn't like that with everyone who he tried to get to join his squad. I think he means well. Okay, people are defending Stefan. He doesn't force anyone to do anything, but he does create an environment or says things that would encourage things that he probably wants. Yeah, he manipulates. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm sure in his mind, his justification is, well, they make their own choices, but it's like when you have spent your whole life having people be unkind to you when a rich guy with a fun accent invites you to experience a fun lifestyle you may have never experienced. I can imagine that some people are vulnerable to this. Like, does he acknowledge that? I don't know. I'm sure he does. I feel like I'm sure he acknowledges some kind of power that he has. He's got to. He's got to be like, nobody's going to love these girls. I'm going to show them a great time. I'm going to love them more. And I'm rich and I have all this money and I can afford to let these girls live here for basically for free as long as they do XYZ for me. It's a power imbalance, and that's the inappropriateness. That's the danger behind it, because now these girls feel obligated. I'm assuming, this is just me spitballing, I'm assuming these girls feel obligated to feed themselves to death, basically. Let's keep going.
Loved. I want to feel desired. And that's not something that happens often.
Okay, so it's just Shay. It's just Zio sharing the trailer. Let's keep going. All right, so this is another one from Shay. I think this is the last one regarding the documentary, and then we'll go into Stefan. I'll put timestamps in. Robin, don't forget to put timestamps. Okay, well, here we go again. Horrible timing, by the way, but that's life. June 10th on HBO and ID. So now she's almost... What's the word I'm looking for? She's almost advertising for it.
I'm gonna come out in a short documentary on June 10th. It's called Escaping Paradise.
A short documentary? That's 3 episodes long. That's weird.
It's not funny. I think it's not funny. It's not funny. I was sold a different picture, and it is what it is, and it's gonna come out. And they were supposed to come to this nursing home that I'm at and film, but I was going through a tough time. I had just put 2 drains in my gallbladder. I had an infected gallbladder, if you guys remember. I had to be
Yeah, okay, sorry, Zio, but it's because you eat like fucking shit.
intubated for a 5th time.
Oh my god.
Then I ended up...
Dude, how many times is okay, Robin? Zio is in this nursing home because they didn't take care of themselves. She's known. I didn't even get introduced to her until we saw her go viral for door dashing and the hospital letting her have the DoorDash bullshit. Zio went viral because she was sick in a hospital, practically half paralyzed, door dashing, going insane in a hospital bed, basically.
Am I a crazy fat bitch on the internet? Ta!
Door dashing, and then the hospital allowing the DoorDash to be delivered to this woman who's basically eaten herself to illness. And now she's telling us that she's not learned her lesson and has to be intubated again for a gallbladder surgery and had to get tubes in her gallbladder. Like, baby, your body is screaming.
Up having and needing, and I got my first surgery, gallbladder surgery. That's why they didn't come here to film. Of course, I went with my go-to. It's been a rough week since the trailer came out. Mind you, the producers called me and told me that the trailer was... Okay, like, they called me and told me the trailer's going to come out within the next couple of weeks. It came out 3 days after that conversation. Not even.
That is technically within the next 2 weeks, right? Hey, this is coming out within the next 2 weeks. That could mean tomorrow, right? Common sense, people. Common sense. Come on. You can't be mad. It's technically right.
Not even 3 full days. So, yeah.
Like, what did you need to prepare for? What did you need to prepare for? You were there.
Not just that. I was told it was a documentary about being plus size, about the plus size community, about love.
If that's true, I wonder if any of you guys are like into law. Somebody do a little quick search. Is that illegal to lie about what your documentary is about?
Yourself in your body, about different stuff that I can't talk about because you have to wait and see. Tune in. It's gonna be on HBO, HBO Max, ID Discovery. I don't fucking know. This shit's fucking nuts. Like, I don't want to say too much, and I don't want to talk about it until it all is over with, until they all come out, and then possibly I'll be sharing my side of it. But possibly, keyword. I just am dumbfounded. Make sure when you sign NDAs that you have somebody that's with you reading it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially as a disabled woman. Not that she's disabled physically. I don't know if she's disabled mentally, but like, I feel like she needs an advocate for everything, every part of her life. TBH. Is that judgmental? Maybe, yeah. Sorry.
Am I having regrets? Woo!
How are you having regrets though? Like when you did, it's a documentary. First of all, too, I have a feeling if it's investigation discovery, they have to tell you who is doing the documentary, right? And she's friends with Stefan. They interviewed Stefan. They interviewed her. They interviewed other people that were at the house. And she's friends with Stefan, so they must have been in cahoots. Hey, these people approached me for a documentary. Did they approach you? Yeah, they approached me. Are you going to do it? Yeah, I'll do it. It seems legit. Let's do blah, 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 right? So unless Stefan knew, I mean, does Investigation Discovery have to say, hey, we're from Investigation Discovery, we want to interview you? Or do they just go, hey, we're from, is there another, who owns Investigation Discovery? Okay, so Investigation Discovery is owned by Warner Brothers. So I guess they could have been like, hey, we're from Warner Brothers, we want to interview you. But if they didn't, and they were like, we're doing an Investigation Discovery interview documentary, like, you would immediately be like, this is true crime, right? Like, this is true crime. I don't want to be interviewed if I don't want, it to look like there's even true crime nosy people interested in the Pearadise House, right? And this is what I talked about in my last episode too, is that I didn't want to go true crime, but apparently, I mean, if Investigation Discovery is doing a docuseries on Pearadise, I am not the only person who immediately, like, my true crime spidey senses were tingling and thought that there was some fishy shit going on in this house. But let's get into Stefan. We're at Stefan's page right now. All right, so this is Stefan Wilhemy. Doesn't matter. SSBBW fan 73. He is just a normal guy, a real creator. So he does tech and nerdy shit, but he wants to basically be a content creator, basically. We're just gonna scroll through his page. Here is his rest in peace Shay post. And we're going to just scroll through so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of vibe is at the Pearadise House and what kind of guy Stefan is. So there's clearly a lot of the girls. This is Stefan's page. So obviously we're going to see a lot of Stefan, but he is clearly a lover of SSBBW. One of the things that I wanted to get into, and we'll go into his website as well. So he has had multiple accusations against him, and he brings them up quite a bit. And there's even pages on his, or a page on his website where he has dedicated the accusations against him, and let's just cut to it. The accusations are of inappropriate behavior and grape, basically. So SA, and it's icky. But he, even after Shay passed, he has already gotten people accusing him of other stuff, and he's posting about it. So some people, and I don't know, is this, I feel like maybe this is, it's almost like a Generation X thing, just like I could also see him on Facebook fighting people on Facebook. That's just the vibe that I'm getting from him, just because he's an older guy. Some people are like, they only show up when there is shit, they feed on shit and spread their shit everywhere. Any decent human being just wants to swat the shit out of them. So totally not surprised that Aunt Karen is back on the scene, spreading misinformation and posting for sensationalism while omitting facts and truth. A true blow fly, always waiting to land on the next pile of shit. Okay, and then the first person that commented, I'm not convinced you have done anything wrong, but I still have to ask myself why I've seen at least 3 different women now accuse you of being inappropriate at best. As I've always said, ignore the haters. So he does get a lot of support. This is his, I was telling Angelica I watched this and I cried because it is kind of sad. I mean, it is sad. Shay died, but...
I've been a stranger in every crowd, smiling on the surface, from California skies to long, lonely nights.
Oh my God, the dogs.
I carried a heart that was searching for life. I tried to.
But yeah, some of the girls that he surrounds himself look way young. And I think many of you believe that Shay was under 30. I don't know how old she was, but she could be. Okay, but yeah, I watched that and I did cry a little bit because it was sad. I mean, it's always sad when somebody loses their life for shit like that. I don't know, man. Death is sad, dude. But let's look at Stefan.
Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a behind the scenes of one of my editing tricks that I did for the anxiety trend. Just an iPhone and a little bit of creative editing.
So he likes to do a lot of like how to
you just gotta
he does a lot of like tutorials for specific reels. I've shown him doing the wipe on off tutorial. Like I don't know. He's trying to be one of those creators, but clearly his income is coming from outside of content creation, and then also I'm sure whatever the girls are bringing into him.
Keep living, man. LIVIN.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention really quick? Does this seem like paradise to you? Listen. I would hate this. Look how on top of everybody. Look at these. Can you imagine that? Like this isn't paradise to me. You're right next to I can look into my neighbor's windows, but people strive for this. Like this is an aspiration of many, many people on the planet. They want to be so rich they have this nice big ass house, but you're right next on top of your neighbor. You know what paradise is to me? A fucking 500 square foot home on like 20 acres. That's the dream. That's the dream. I'm sick of these, how many rooms I've got. I'm tired of it. But anyway, I don't have a big house, but it's just me and Michael, and we don't need that much. I don't need 4. I thought I needed 4 bedrooms. I mean, we do use them, you know, we've got an office, we've got the studio, but I'm tired of it, you guys. I'm tired of it. This is not, you know, this isn't something that I look for. But I guess if, you know, the weather's nice there and, you know, you've got an HOA, maybe your community is great, whatever. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Another little tutorial. Ring light broken. Ew. 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 Okay, here is Stefan with his gals. Some classic paradise, always body positivity and good vibes here. So they like to hide behind the guise of This is body positive. This is love yourself at any size, no matter what. You deserve love at XYZ. But it's clearly fetish. It's clearly fetish behavior. Biggest swimsuit check ever. Look at the livers. Look at the livers. Damn, dude. That girl also had a hernia, if you couldn't see it. Look at the livers. Okay, look, see that hernia right there? We got an extra liver right there. It's not good. It is not good. This is unhealthy.
Hey guys, greetings from Paradise. As some of you might have noticed already, both of my accounts, Paradise 1 and Paradise 2, surprisingly got permanently banned over the weekend. I mean, I'm not really...
Okay, this is from 8 weeks ago. Your account was permanently banned due to multiple violations of our community guidelines. It's because it's clearly fetish. It's clearly for schmexy reasons.
Too surprised anymore, but I just wanted to come on here really quick to let you know that for the time being, you can find me on YouTube. Yes, for the grown-ups. As usual, it's Paradise 1, at Paradise 1. So feel free to open up your YouTube app and in the search terms, literally just type in Paradise 1. And hopefully you should be able to find us.
All right, we're going straight to YouTube. All right, so I'm on their homepage. This is the AI anime drawing that they use quite often. And this is a picture of Shay right here, his right-hand lady. And there's Stefan in the center. All right, so the original Paradise has seen a TikTok, body positivity support community, and always good vibes. So again, they are hiding underneath body positivity. And I think it's absolute bullshit. It's not body. I don't think that FEED3RISM is body positivity. I think it's body exploitation. Basically, these men are exploiting, or women are exploiting, vulnerable young ladies and gals who want to be fed. Okay, so far, not a lot, mostly shorts. It looks like he just transferred all of his shorts from TikTok over to YouTube. However, this is the Pearadise House, is a house of ladies, right? I know that it is his house, but is clearly known for being a breeding ground for people who want to feed women till they're uncomfortably stuffed and possibly up to 400 or over 400 pounds. But as you can see, it is mostly Stefan. And I said this before, but I have a feeling that Stefan is a bit of a narcissist. Yeah, like clearly it's his house, his page, but I mean, it's not Stefan's paradise. It is paradise for pear-shaped women / fat people, right? Yeah, he gives me the ick. And let's go to their website really quick. Okay, so this is the website. Again, this is all like publicly, available stuff. And this is how Mr. Stefan wants to present himself. So Paradise is a community location and a vibe. We are a body positive, all-inclusive, and supportive group located in Las Vegas. We run a Discord server called Paradise, and we host body positive events in a safe, welcoming, and non-judgmental environment where everyone is welcome. The Discord is open to everyone, no matter your race, size, age, 20 plus or 1, or gender. What is Paradise? Learn about the community. And I did mention this, we're just doing a quick run through. I did mention this in my past video. I think that you guys should also watch that one as well, because we got to give Shay her, her moment. But Paradise is a body positive community built around friendship, confidence, and acceptance and connection. It was never carefully planned as a brand or project. It grew naturally when people started bonding through live streams, videos, and shared experiences. And the simple idea, sorry, my ass is falling asleep. I fucking hate this chair so much. And the simple idea that everyone deserves a safe and welcoming space. Today, Paradise exists both online and offline as a Discord community and as a social circle, as a gathering place in Las Vegas, and as a judgment-free environment where people of many backgrounds can feel comfortable being themselves. So it is a community. It's basically a clique, a friend group, or whatever. And it's men or just Stefan, who surrounds himself with very, very super large, big, beautiful women. And he pulls at the heartstrings of people by saying that this is just a body positivity, like love yourself type of moment. But it is clearly to feed his own, fetish. But as I've stated in my last video, it is again, it's all about Stefan. Where's the, I mean, if this is a house about the girls, you know, if this, in my opinion, they're selling it as a body positivity for women situation. There's main girls that live in the home. Most of them are women that live in the home. Stefan obviously owns the home, but it is basically loving fat women. And here we are at the top of the page, and there's no meet the girls. It is just Stefan. Stefan has his own page on here. Stefan Wilhemy is the founder of Pearadise. I'm not going to go into this, but he was born and raised in Berlin and moved to the United States in 2004 and has been based in Vegas since 2011. He runs his own business and works from home, focusing with electronics and software development while also building community-driven online spaces. Let's see, about Pearadise 1. The Pearadise name started on TikTok, and he was doing mostly just like, you know, regular reels that everybody else was doing, you know, the trends on TikTok that people were doing, probably voiceovers, the wipe off trend, you know, like here's just random ones. So he's doing, this is the Harry Potter witch. See, and just like random weird TikToks, right? Random ones. My first viral duet, telling the world I genuinely like big girls. Okay, so this TikTok is asking, hey, we're all the guys that like big fat girls, yada, yada, yada. And then Stefan, this is his first viral duet on TikTok. And it's basically him confessing to the world that he loves big fat beautiful women, right? Okay, let's read. So he says right here, and then he's got a license plate that says SSBBW, which is supersized big beautiful women. I genuinely like big girls. Let's see here. Handmade yard furniture rated 700 pounds. 700 pounds. What are you doing with a 700-pound woman? I'm scared for you. Handmade yard furniture rated 700 pounds. Okay. Installed a handrail for his pool. Seatbelt extenders. Come ride with me, and look at all that leg room. Okay, so yeah, he just loves BBWs, basically. Encouraged by, so after their first ban with his SSBBW name, encouraged by friends, I made a new account and chose a fun, memorable name, Pearadise. It was to play on the words combining pear-shaped and paradise, while also referencing Paradise, Nevada, the part of Nevada where the part of Las Vegas where I live. The new Pearadise 1 account took off like wildfire. Pearadise 1 existed from March 2021 until March 2026. It was permanently banned, and then he just got banned again, okay? Without warning and without any proper explanation. Along with it, my other accounts, including Pearadise 2 and another backup account, were also permanently banned, so he must have updated this recently. Through it all, the mission stayed the same. Let's see here. Come to Pearadise and make friends, and it's a bunch of big, fat, beautiful women. What is Pearadise?
What is Pearadise? A body positive community. A judgment-free zone. A support group for those who have been bullied for their weight. A safe space where you can wear whatever you want without the fear of being body shamed.
Whether it's online on Discord or offline in Vegas, a place where friendships are formed.
Okay. Am I buying it? Are we buying it, you guys? Are we buying it? So I wanted to get into the accusations against him, but I think, allegations. Okay, so social media banter. So you came here after hearing or reading some negative things. When adults interact, misunderstandings can happen. From what I'm understanding is that people have accused him of inappropriate behavior regarding consent and lack of, I guess, or possibly coercion. I'm not accusing or allegating myself. I'm not an alligator, but I am, speculation, right? We're going to read, he's going to explain it to us himself on his own website, what happened, and we're going to just chat about it, okay? The allegations explained. For detailed timeline documentation and context, see full allegations page. a whole entire page dedicated to allegations, which I'm assuming he's going to be adding to soon. We'll see. Allegations, timeline, and documented materials. This page exists to collect the relevant timeline, public context, selected materials, and documented records relating to allegations made by Stefan Wilhemy, Pearadise, and the Pearadise community. The goal of this page is to not inflame, attack, or make conclusions for the reader. It is intended to present a documented account organized chronologically so that interested readers can review the available materials and form their own understanding. So that's exactly what we're doing. So thank you very much, Stefan. Some sections below summarize public statements, legal findings, private communications, and recordings. Where possible, the focus is kept on what can be directly seen, heard, dated, and compared. So again, this is all publicly available stuff. There is no, and I'll list the link below, but there is no like paywall to gather this information, and I don't believe you need a TikTok to see any of the TikToks that he references. Okay, here's the short timeline. We'll be reading it for y'all. During the 2020 lockdown, body positive content posted on TikTok began gaining attention and community support. A Discord community was opened in July 2020 and grew rapidly alongside an increasingly active Las Vegas-based social circle. After the original TikTok account was removed, a new account continued under the Pearadise name. In April 2021, several community members visited Las Vegas after weeks of prior communication, including casual and at times flirtatious exchanges. So basically, sexy times. Weeks after the visit, public criticism and allegations began appearing on TikTok and later spread more widely. A lawsuit was filed in response to statements believed to be false and damaging. So basically, I think he filed a lawsuit against some of these TikTokers, maybe. That's my assumption, and my interpretation. The case did not proceed to a fully evidentiary phase, so basically settled outside of court. My assumption, and my interpretation. The lawsuit was filed in response to statements believed false. Okay, the materials below are presented as part of the documented record, including messages, call recordings, and court excerpts, CCTV footage, wow, and third-party reporting. So if you didn't know this, Stefan has not hidden cameras, but just like cameras throughout his house, probably for security, but also for maybe the safety of him and the others in the home. Not for like burglars, but like for documentation. I'm assuming he probably had these cameras installed after the allegations, so that kind of like an Uber driver where you're like, I'm gonna keep these so like if anybody wants to accuse me of something, I have, camera footage of regarding the accusations to protect myself from accusations, basically. All right, context and background. Pearadise began as a body positive online and offline community, but built around acceptance, friendship, and other judgment-free social space. What allegations were made? At a certain point, a TikTok account operating under the name Piggy Stardust began publishing a large number of videos about Stefan Wilhemy and the Pearadise community. Over time, this grew into hundreds of videos containing various claims about the Discord community, the Las Vegas gatherings, and the broader environment around Pearadise. In response to those statements, a lawsuit was filed alleging libel, slander, and defamation. Okay, so he sued Miss Piggy for libel, slander, and defamation. The purpose of that action was to challenge statements believed to be false and damaging and to seek a formal legal review. The sections below provide context, public records, excerpts, selected evidence, and independent reporting so that readers can review the material directly. All right, so again, I'm posting the link below so that you guys can also do like a little bit of your diving yourself. I'm just going to touch base. We're just touching base, basically. From Stefan's perspective, the allegations that were made do not accurately reflect what actually occurred. Over time, the spread of those claims led to harassments, threat, and reputational harm, affecting not only him, but those people close to him and members of the Pearadise community. The purpose of the page is to not attack individuals, but to provide documentation, context, and evidence so that everyone interested can review the material. Okay, he's already just repeating himself. Evidence 1. Communication prior to allegations made. Okay. Let's see here. Stephen Y. in Pearadise, Nevada. I am still being molested almost daily by random strangers, all because I once let the wrong people into my life and into my house. After leaving, they came up with allegations that would ruin anyone's life. At the time, I tried to sue for slander and defamation, as anyone would have done. You're a predator, bro. Don't think people forgot. He is. I wasn't prepared for them willing to commit crimes and lie under oath. Here is a story of the ultimate betrayal in 9 screenshots. See for yourself. So clearly, I know that he did say that this was just going to lay out, just lay out the documentation for everybody to make their own assumptions, their own conclusions, but clearly we have to be smart and understand that this is his website and he's going to I would say paint a picture or maybe lay out the information in a way that might make him look a little bit better. So just while we're reading this, just have that in mind, that he is probably going to try and make himself look really good in this. Okay. All right, this is Pork Chop, aka Porky, aka Alexandra Gilland. She was in that other video, what is paradise like, or whatever, right? I'll try to rewind to it.
A judgment-free zone.
The ultimate betrayal, 9 screenshots. Okay, this is Pork Chop, aka Porky, aka Alexandra Gilland, assaulted by Pearadise 1. Okay, Wilhemy sexually assaulted me by having sex with me twice while I was at his home in 2021. Okay. And the bottom says, the ultimate betrayal. How do you come back from life-ruining allegations when they are bogus? Proving you're innocent is next to impossible, especially in a world where people blindly believe anything they see without asking for proper proof. And that's what we're doing. We're getting proper proof here. So let's see what they are offering us. Okay. And this says, I declare under penalty of perjury under the law of the state of Nevada that the foregoing is true and correct. Let's speed this up a little bit because mommy... having a hard time reading this shit. Okay, what to come? A peach. What do you mean? What is coming? We're drunk. Do you want to come? Oh no, I'm about to go to bed. LOL. The girls want to hook up with you. Do you want to come over, Ashley, and me and Pork Chop? Do you want me to text Destiny to come over at 8 tonight? Okay, so this is somebody texting Stefan. Are you asleep? Can I come to your room? Will that make you feel comfortable? Will that make you comfortable? I can sleep somewhere else, but in case you wanted this, I'll find myself to your bed. Stefan, can I come find you? I don't mean to be pushy. I just like to cuddle. Damn, I'm so sorry I didn't see these last night. We were passed the fuck out. Oh, it's okay. What are you doing? Getting up finally. Done what? He's hungry. Okay. Again, this is all Porky texting Stefan, and he is trying to debunk their allegations. Hungry. Is Erica on the phone? Yes. What are you in the mood for? I don't know. Have to see what we have. Don't know what's leftovers. And there's also eggs and bacon. I have had 2 giant glasses of water so far. Hangover? Nada. You can't take down the chop bee. I wasn't even as wasted as I can get. So they do drink a lot at this house, you guys. That was me still fully comprehensive. I feel like I need to apologize for not getting better, though. Why? Those both sound good. I definitely don't want to. Okay, cool. Has anyone asked you if we've slept together? Nope. Okay, because of course I've been getting asked and haven't said anything to anyone, but also just making sure I wasn't saying nothing, and then you were saying something else. Oh, yeah, okay, I don't kiss and tell. I haven't been asked and haven't told anyone. Okay, Paris was fishing. I'm not surprised. Okay, yeah, they definitely took advantage of Porky in that instance and how volatile and emotional she can be. I fully understand all the issues y'all had with her. Also think it's interesting that when you two hooked up, she said she told me about it the next day and was all giddy about it, and now she's telling people she feels like y'all pressured her into it. Funny how the story changed. Okay, so basically he's kind of like dragging this Porky person because she accused him of sexual assault. Do you guys get that as well? Kind of weird. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm so sorry that your account's getting blown up about Porky, especially because most of those people don't even witness how Porky was to everyone. Just nothing but drama. You've done nothing but be welcoming and supportive. And it is complete bullshit. I'm not going to just like continue to drag this person because they decided to step up and accuse somebody. I'm not gonna sit around and watch somebody kind of drag his accuser when I'm not saying that I also think things, but I also don't think that the Pearadise House is innocent. You know what I mean? I'm not making allegations, but what I'm saying is I don't think that the Pearadise House is a safe environment for vulnerable women. There. So he also has videos on the allegation page where he's responding to the allegations against him. So I'm looking at another little bit of evidence and I'm just gonna let it play while I have it muted. But one of the things that I find particularly icky about Stefan and his protection or his arguments against the allegation is that he shows the women who are accusing him of sexual assault being sexual to him prior. So as we both know, or as we all know, that you can be sexually assaulted by a loved one. You can be sexually assaulted by a friend, you know? Just because you wanted sex yesterday doesn't necessarily mean that you wanted sex or sexual advances the next day. Am I right or am I wrong when I say that, right? So his arguments against these allegations are basically, these women wanted me, and whatever they're saying is not true. That's what I'm getting from all of this. So, for example, this is a person that that was also in that video that I was mentioning before. What is Pearadise or whatever? This is Savvy, aka Sleep the Thoat.
A safe space where you can wear whatever you want without the fear of being body shamed.
Assaulted by Pearadise 1. So he's showing evidence of Savvy saying, yes, I know what you mean. I'm not going to lie. You're not such a bad looking man yourself. Let's take a look here. He goes, thank you. You seem like a genuinely sweet person. Thank you. I'm going to bend you over this table and fuck you all night long. I'm scared. Okay, she's messaging him that she's horny. So sexually explicit text messages, talking to him how she wants to F him, basically. 9 days in, happy faces and dancing in the living room. They're so happy. They're dancing. They're having a good time. 12 days in, so 12 days that she's been at the house. On the last day before leaving, Savvy asks me to take a photo of her posing in the hot tub. I can't make this up. The evidence speaks for itself. Photo taken in the hot tub on the last day, not only with consent, but I was explicitly asked to take it and showed it for approval after taking it. Yes, Stefan, that has always bothered me, and I have said it, but maybe you didn't read it before. Okay, let's start over. All right, yes, Stefan, that has always bothered me, and I have said it, but maybe you didn't read it before. That how was it that if I... God damn it! Okay, try again. And have said it, but maybe you didn't read it before. That how was it that if that happened and she felt that way on the day she was leaving, she was so upset that she was leaving, and she said that she never wanted to go home, and she was upset sitting on the floor packing her suitcase to go to the airport. You have, and I believe was K Buck, also on the bed, was accompanying her while she was packing. Bruv. You guys, I think we should start reading books again. Like, I'm so sorry. I think we should start reading books again. All right, Savvy didn't want to leave Pearadise. This all plays a big role in just a little bit, but it does, but it comes down to the document they filed in court, so stay with me now. Dude, I'm having a hard time, so, like, can we fucking get to it or what? Savvy, the day she was getting ready to leave the airport, she was even about to cry. She posted on TikTok that she wanted to come back in October. Okay, dude, I just woke up from my nap, had a very hot dream. This is 8 days after leaving Pearadise. Talking about the nasty things that they did at Pearadise. Trigger warning, schmexual schmalt. By 6/1, a whole month later, stories suddenly changed, and an entire campaign of grinning and dancing and smiling to TikTok trends ensued. SA for entertainment. I sued for slander and defamations, though documents are public. Sadly, the judge never took the time to actually look into the motivation, and also didn't see how blatant the discrepancies were between their statements and the truth. Like, let's see what the statements are, because they're not getting to the statements yet. Wilhemy had some of the women come to his home, but when they arrived, the safe space facade began to rot and crumble away as he immediately engaged in boundary crossing behaviors, smexual, small, and smexual coercion. After a short time, defendants Brown and Javier began to feel like sex captives rather than safe guests. He sexually assaulted 2 of them. Okay. Oh, and that's it. So he spent more than half of the video showing, like, listen, there's no way that I could absolutely sexually assault these women because they wanted it for days and days and days. I can kind of see where they're coming from, though, where they felt like they were trapped. I mean, they're visiting this guy. They have a plane ticket in, they got a plane ticket out. They're visiting this guy. They have nowhere else to go. They don't know Las Vegas. They're staying at this one person's house. Nobody got them a hotel. They're staying at his house, And again, they don't have a plane ticket until they leave in whatever, 2 weeks, right? So I can kind of feel what they're feeling like they can't leave. What do you guys think? I have an ick for this guy. All right, so I have an ick with Stefan because I have a feeling, I believe that his behavior surrounding FEED3RISM is dangerous. I think that, I mean, how many people from speculations only. It sounds like XioTheDreamer was eating a lot at his house and got sick. Sounds like maybe somebody else died after living in his house. And then Shay just recently died after living in his house. Now, I'm not saying anything true crime related about the deaths of people. What I am saying is that the house is a breeding ground, is an environment that is dangerous to vulnerable women. That's all I'm saying. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. This is all public information. Let's read this really quick. False accusations, false stories, false pity. Men have lost careers, reputation, and custody, not because of what they did, but because of what she said. And when the truth finally surfaces, nobody comes back to apologize. Her story already served its purpose. You're left cleaning up the mess alone. Always remember, when you hear mostly negative rumors, consider the source. Many times, the gossiper is the problem. So, I can understand that. I mean, let's be honest, you guys. We have seen false accusations. You know, false accusations do happen, and if you deny that, you deny reality. Honestly, false accusations do happen. However, do I believe there is inappropriate behavior happening at Pearadise? Yes, I do.
The reason no one buys your evidence is because it doesn't paint the picture you want it to?
Oh my Lanta. Imagine being this obsessed with Pearadise and a campaign centered around SA for entertainment that you actually have to go out and recruit people to be your fake victims.
It feels super icky, right? Like, it feels fake victims. It just feels, I don't know. Literally though, like seriously, like, let's discuss in the comments below. You can wake up one day and realize, oh, I was like not in a good situation. I feel like I had to have sex with this person because my safety kind of relied on it. Like, does that make sense? If I'm wrong, if that's not, technically SA, or maybe I am wrong, but I don't feel like I am. Like, I feel like that is a scary situation to be in. Maybe he didn't SA, but is it a healthy environment? No, I don't think so at all.
Oh, and remember that girl you were trying to victimize before she even came here?
Hey.
Shay! Unfortunately, she's dead now. That's sad. That's from 19 weeks ago.
Hey, that's me, and no, I'm not here to rip any of your holes today. And just admit, the only reason you don't like me is because you weren't able to make me into one of your brainless zombies who like to make up SA allegations for... Remember how you publicly hoped that I would get SA'd by Stefan the first time I came here? Yeah. There's only...
The tea, you guys. There's so much tea.
Only one mean girl in this situation, and if you look in the mirror, you'll find her.
Oops. I almost forgot. There's more evidence.
I guess kind of like put under pressure a little bit. I don't know how you, like, what words you used yesterday. Like, or the day before, like, how you had said, like, they kind of pressured you a little bit to change your story.
Yeah. I think they were, like, trying to change the way I thought or felt about it so that I would think about you in a negative light and then therefore speak about you in that way.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. So it wasn't like, hey, A happened and we want you to say B as a blatant lie, but it was more like, A happened, and are you sure that you don't really feel a negative way about it in order to
Does it kind of feel like he's coaching her? He's coaching her to tell about coaching? I'm just speculating.
to make you come forward as another case of assault.
So he's saying that this lady right here is collecting cases against him. I want to know, if that's his argument, why would they do that? Like, why would they do that? Why would they, like, if they did it, would they do it just because they don't like him? Would they do it for what? They're not coercing money out of him. Why did he wrong one of them? Is his dick that good that they're so pissed that they no longer live in the house? Like, what is the reason? I would love to know.
Yeah. The reason no one buys.
Okay.
And if you're not putting up those screenshots, then all you have is hearsay.
Ooh, we're panicking now that I finally dropped some harder evidence and receipts because
It's not receipts. I'm just going to be honest with you, Stefan. You posting receipts that like these girls wanted your dick that bad or like they wanted to fuck you does not mean that that's not a receipt for disproving sexual assault. Not saying that Stefan, I'm not saying that he did sexually assault them. I can't say that because I don't know. We didn't even, you were here. We didn't even see, you know, the actual evidence. It is just whatever he's saying. But you, just because somebody wanted to fuck you for weeks and weeks and weeks or yesterday doesn't mean that they didn't feel uncomfortable at one point or coerced into wanting to have sex or pressured, right? I just think that he's thinking like a man, but you know, he is a man, so.
You know, facts, reality, and honesty has never really been her strong suit. And now that I've posted hard evidence that at least one person has posted against me as a result of being pressured by Piggy, and multiple people have came forward to me admitting that there was an attempt made to pressure them into posting about me. Let's fact check this situation that she is like escaping to. In order to deflect from her lies, she posts a screenshot which of
Okay, you have until noon tomorrow to take any and all videos down that mention my name or Pearadise or use any of the derogatory hashtags, and also to delete any and all slanderous and false comments you left on Piggy or Sadie's, including fake accounts, videos. Otherwise, I have no choice but to defend myself. You know full well that what you are doing here, adult actions have adult consequences. Just because you were rejected due to your own actions and behaviors doesn't give you the right to lie, slander, and spread libel about me, this group, or my account. I will take my videos down, but I want you to know that you do not have that you have not won this battle. You treat women like we're fucking... Okay, why did he block out her name if this is supposed to be her? Okay, well, I'm just not seeing the evidence there. Okay, I will take my videos down, but I want you to know that you have not won this battle. You treat women like we're fucking pieces of meat, and you touch people inappropriately without their consent. I've been one of them. You are not a good person. Okay, so she is accusing him of sexual assault for touching inappropriately. So, like, this would be like grabbing ass, grabbing fronts, grabbing boobies while walking by or something. You take no accountability for your actions and the way you treat women in this community, and I'm glad that we are not friends anymore or that we talk to each other because you are not a nice person. In fact, you're a bully. Don't ever speak to me again.
Of course, I have the proper version here with the timestamp. And hey, I totally admit I went off on her, but then again, who wouldn't if somebody all of a sudden posts like, you know, videos claiming that you were so abusive and all that kind of stuff, right? But to follow the story, here's the next screenshot. Again, properly.
Okay. Hello, I was told to text you. Yes, this is Stefan. I want to talk to you soon or meeting up if that's okay. I have a lot to talk to you about. I also have taken down videos I said about you in the heat of the moment. At the end of the day, I don't hate you. I'm sorry that things ended up in Piggy's influence over me. Yes, you have... You have an iPhone, right? We can FaceTime or Instagram. And yes, I was told there was trouble in Camp Piggy. What's going on? I do have an iPhone. I'm heading to Winco.
Number 4. So 2 months after she posted the videos, she came to me expressing how...
Oh, by the way, this is from January of this year. Like all of this tea and this receipts is from January of this year. But this is from old posts.
Piggy's influence was the main reason why she posted those videos in the first place. And I wouldn't be me if this wasn't me responding with properly documented receipts.
Enough times, like, I was actually kind of surprised because I never touched you inappropriately. I never, in doing the bash times or, you know, fucking when we went to this BBW.
Like, I told her, like, we never had any, like, I never, like, you know.
Yeah, but then in the end, like, she made you another victim in this whole thing. And made it sound like I had a whatever issue with you, when in reality, and that's the same thing with fucking Porky. I didn't even have a problem with Porky. She had problems with other people here. Like, Porky is another completely, like, it's a much bigger story than it seems. It's sounding. The way that she made those videos makes it sound like she came here and I mistreated her. That's bullshit. I don't understand why people make all these stories up and make it seem like, this is so terrible.
The crazy thing is like, why would she lie? Like, why would she lie? It's not like this is some famous house. You know what I mean? It's not like this is Rock of Love. This is a house on TikTok. Why would she lie? I don't see why she would lie. She's not suing him for money. If anything, I would say she was trying to warn people from going to this house because it is, but again, I'll say it again. I think that this house is a breeding ground for dangerous situations, dangerous behaviors, and a way to take advantage of vulnerable women.
It's like, I
think I exaggerate things, like when I was when I made shitty videos about you. I was being persuaded. I think it could be jealousy. People are jealous of you having something that they want. Like, say, popularity. You're around.
That's so weird. Doesn't it sound like it's coached? Why would a woman want to bring down this man because he has popularity, which he doesn't have a ton of? The only people that are really following him are other BBWs and then other people who love fat women. Like, it's not like some kind of, again, it's not like he's American Idol or something like that, right? You're around beautiful women. Why does she care? Why would she care? I'm so confused.
Women,
baby.
which be, I'm sorry I was an asshole.
See, I'm getting a lot of words out of Stefan, and then the other person on the phone isn't giving us much. It's just saying, yes, I was coerced or I was influenced to make these videos or something.
Well, I mean, that's like...
I don't expect you to forgive me because what I did was really unacceptable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I just wanted to speak to you because I don't know, for some reason, like, I still think about you for all the time. We did have a good time in our friendship. I didn't know what went wrong, how I lost a lot of friends, it just kind of, I was really sad and, like, in my heart about it,
And this is it for today's fact drop. Always make sure to check sources and don't believe everything you see on social media unless it comes with proper receipts.
Again, the receipts that he's providing could have been doctored or influenced is what I'm saying. I'm not buying it. What do you guys think? I would encourage you to look at the allegations on his page. I can't go through all of them. I mean, there's like pages. Maybe I'll have to do like another entire thing. But most importantly, do we think that the Pearadise House is safe? And I want to be honest with you. I don't believe it's safe. I don't believe it's safe. I'm not saying that I think that, women that go there aren't safe from being schmexually I didn't say that. No, I did not. What I think is that the house is a breeding ground for unsafe behavior and habits. I think that FEED3RISM is a dangerous fetish to be a part of. And I feel like men who participate. I feel like men who participate in FEED3RISM have, maybe some of them truly do have a love and a soft heart for women of size, but I feel like a lot of them do like the power struggle. I feel like a lot of them do take advantage of women who are vulnerable. And do I think that about Stefan? My personal opinion, which my God-given First Amendment right is allowing me to even say this right now, my personal opinion is yes, I do think that Stefan takes advantage of women in particular situations, and feeds them to the point of no return, basically. Now, I'm not saying that he's force feeding them. Like, they clearly are adults. They're making these decisions, but I can understand a power struggle, a obligation for these women to do whatever Stefan wants, because it is his house. And what really, really icked me out about this is his allegations page is painted to, obviously it's his website, so it's clearly painted to show that he is in the clear, but the way that he maybe doesn't understand is that consent can change at any moment in time, and you can not realize that you're in an unsafe situation even like weeks after. Like, you cannot realize that you have been raped until you even learn that your situation was rape, right? So him like painting a picture about his accusers is just as bad as like we see it on TV and stuff like that too. It's just as bad as like saying they were asking for it. And that's, you know, that's all I'm going to say about that. It really does. If you agree with me below, let me know. To me, his allegations page is basically saying they were asking for it, and it's kind of disgusting, actually. I didn't go too deep. I don't really know. You know, I don't know what it was like. Maybe the Discovery ID documentary will kind of like explain it a little further. Again, I'm just speculating. None of this is true. This is all entertainment and chit-chatting between gal pals and pal pals, basically. I'm excited for this docuseries on ID. Are you guys going to watch it? Again, I can't. The timing is so out of this world. Shay just dies. A week later, they come up with this trailer for the docuseries. The docuseries is going to be coming out in less than 12 days, basically. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. Do I think that Stefan is a dangerous man? I'm going to be honest with you. Am I afraid of Stefan? No, I don't know if he's a dangerous man. However, do I think that he provides a situation, a home, a environment that is dangerous to women? I do. I don't think that he's dangerous in a physical way, but do I think that Stefan is providing an environment that is unsafe to women? Yes, I do. And I say that because I believe that foie gras-ism, where you feed a woman till she's uncomfortably stuffed and almost like to the point where she can gain up to like 400 pounds or whatever, I don't think that that's a safe environment. So I think that that's unsafe. I'm not saying that he's dangerous, but I'm saying that his fetish is dangerous. His his habits maybe, but do I think that he's a violent man? I don't know him, right? Do I believe the sexual assault allegations? I am logically, I don't know, because I haven't seen everything about it, right? It looks to me there's probably over 2 hours of information out there. There's an entire, like, that might even need to be another episode. There's an entire just other videos about Stefan being a fucking creep. I don't know, because I've never been to Pearadise. I don't know what it's like. There could be a situation where maybe somebody might feel obligated or pressured to have sex in the Pearadise home. Logically, if we're thinking logically, that can happen anywhere. So yes, I do believe that. I do believe that there is a power struggle, and especially when you find girls or women who are vulnerable, they don't really have anywhere else to go.
There's nowhere for me to run. What am I gonna do, say no?
Okay, that seems really dark. No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
You're promising this like crazy lifestyle, like where they don't really have to work.
Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no. No. But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
All they have to do is just eat and fuck you. Like, I can understand that being a power thing and it being uncomfortable and inappropriate. So I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really make any accusations or assumptions, really. I can just speculate and just chit-chat and have some girl talk with my gal pals and my pal pals, okay? That's all we're doing here. We're not making any accusations or anything like that. Please don't go to this person's post or this person's Instagram and like accuse them of anything. Like, let's not get in trouble, and let's not, we don't know, okay? We don't know because we weren't there. Nobody's gone to court or anything like that. Like, I don't know. We're gonna have to find out what this Pearadise docuseries is going to give us. I'm I'm a little concerned that it might turn into like a, hey, guess what? Pearadise is all about love. You know, like it might be a positive thing, but the fact that it's on ID Discovery is a telltale sign that something not so nice is happening there. And I wonder if Stefan is shitting his britches, or because I do think that he's a little bit of a narcissist, I wonder if Stefan is probably excited that he's going to be on TV and that him and his girls are getting some footage. The other thing too, as far as like him showing Shay, him showing girls liking him or like defending him, if he's a bad guy, it could be a little bit of trauma bonding there. But again, you know, I'm just a regular person. Let's discuss in the comments. Let's have a discussion. This video is way too long. I just wanted to show, you know, what to expect when we watch this documentary. Stefan is a character, and if I was in Porky's shoes, I would also warn women from going there, because I mean, again, we've seen 3 people get hurt not from the house, but while living in the house. Living in a super morbidly obese body is extremely dangerous, and anybody who can encourage super morbid obesity, like Mr. Stefan here, is not a great person, in my opinion. That's my God-given right, First Amendment right, because America's number one. America, fuck yeah! That is my opinion. So anyway, if you guys like the video, let me know what you thought in the comments. This was a long one. I'm so sorry. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe. And if you like the video, if it's giving you the option to hype it, go ahead and hype it. And if you made it all the way to this part, please leave a pig in the comments below for Piggy Stardust, because she is shedding a little bit of a light on this house. I have a feeling after I do this episode, I probably missed a lot, and I will need to do maybe a little bit of cleanup, or maybe even a deeper dive on Stefan. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, again, please don't go to this guy's channel or page or anything like that and do any kind of weird shit like, you know, accusing him of grape or anything like that. That's let's be smart and intelligent, because we don't want to get videos removed or anything like that. Let's be civil. Let's be real human beings to each other. And in the comments below, be smart. Okay, goodbye.
Last day I knew you were my pet. I wanna tell you that I love